Welcome to Muppet Mansions. In the last 20 years, people have spent millions of dollars on what they think is going to be a good-looking mansion, but it turns out to be a hideous disaster. This one looks like it has a can of Pringles on the front of it. Is it just me, or are these windows off-center deliberately? Is it deliberate? This house looks like an emoji. I'm sorry, once you see it, you can't stop seeing it. It's an emoji. The house is smiling at you, and it looks like some sort of tribute to Taco Bell. Join me in my quest to dispel the myths, and together we can roast a Muppet Mansion. So what do I mean by Muppet Mansions, and why am I upset? Well, this is a really good example here. This house here is what I would definitely call a Muppet Mansion, and I'm kind of upset because, well, what has happened and what has led to this? Oh, by the way, don't you think this bit over here, doesn't this look like a scream face? Like this house is actually trying to escape from its awfulness. I blame the 90s, I blame the early 2000s. Mortgages were cheap, people borrowed money, and they tried to build something way more opulent than is necessary. You've got mismatched windows, you've got columns, and columns, you've got turrets, you've got more hips in the roof than a nursing home, nested gables for no reason, you'll have pyramidal roofs, you'll have, as I said, turrets, overly customized on the inside, which leads to just all sorts of weird little shapes. This guy is definitely trying to escape. But moving on, we've got these little columns here, which, do you think they're distracting from the house at all? I mean, the house looks okay, but we've got these sensational columns. Actually, pretty darn ridiculous. I think it actually ruins this house. This is a pretty nice colonial house. Tick for this bit here, but what on earth is going on here? These columns look like they're supporting the state main bank or courthouse. What are you doing? Are you supporting a little prison up here to keep your granny? This is insane. This is what I'm talking about. This is a Muppet Mansion. It was fine until you did this. This house also looks good, and then you went, whoa, yeah, we're going to have these columns. This is going to make us look great. Neighbors are going to be jealous. Mary, come and look at my columns. Oh my goodness. What is going on with this? Something else you could expect from Muppet Mansions is a large amount of secondary features in a house. Secondary masses, you could call them. Secondary masses which are kind of dominating the primary mass of the house, which is here, which doesn't look too bad, but this is definitely the house for a giant car. I mean, what on earth were they thinking about by building such a giant garage? That look where the people have to go. This is for cars, this house. The people have to go into the little dark spot here. That's where you belong, humans, because this is a house for a car. What are the indicators you've got a Muppet Mansion in this picture? Well, you've got these weird roof lines. That's different, that's different, that's different. 4 different roof lines. In fact, you haven't finished there. You've got this one, this weird shape, and you've got this little thing here, which is a nub. And it could be called a noob because it's been built by a noob. I'm not going to really blame the architect here. I bet you there's some internal customization requested by the customer for this house, and it's created this weird extra roof line. So daft roof lines, weird turrets, ridiculous staircases. These are the examples of a Muppet Mansion. And I tell you what, where do you go in? Do you go in here? Or do you go in here? Do you go in here? It is too confusing. Take me to the next picture. I can't stand it any longer. This is a house we're going to be looking at in detail in just a few seconds' time. But look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different windows on just 2 aspects here. The most ridiculous size of facing I've ever seen. It looks like someone's put a sock on the house. But why don't the windows line up? Why? They could line up. That one could line up with this one, or this one could line up, but they just don't. The lines don't meet, and I am just a sad panda. Shutters are another favourite thing to get wrong in a Muppet Mansion, and these ones are kind of this wide, but they would only get to that far. So they're going to be leaving a gap in the middle of the window. Sometimes the shutters are too wide, so they would overlap if you actually used them, or sometimes, like in this case, they're a little bit too narrow. Kind of a bugbear of mine, that's for sure. This is the house we're going to be looking at in detail today, and it's got these kind of tiny little tucked away windows. Can't argue too much about them, I suppose. Some weird columns at the front, and just this absolute disaster that's going on here of the roof. It's definitely a house for cars and not really humans, but the biggest disaster, this weird Palladian style window. Have a look at the windows here and here. They are not as wide as the white bits. The white bits are so big compared to the window. Is there any need for these big Palladian windows? Don't they belong in a shopping mall? Maybe I am being wrong. Okay, into the living room. Good luck dusting your staircase. That's all I can say. And here we go. Column, 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 column. More columns than you can shake a stick at. Do we need them all? Has something gone wrong with designing your house? You can't build it, you need columns. Hand in hand with Muppet Mansions, bad architecture and bad builders usually goes bad taste from the clients. This room is confusing. We've got two different focal points. You've got a giant TV, 40-inch at least, and a fireplace. This is a $1.6 million house, and they didn't get anyone to actually fix the painting onto the wall. Take it away. I can't look any longer. Okay, the kitchen. I don't mind the wood color so much, but this is an example of something so weird. You've got this stove right in the middle of this countertop, and you've got people sitting here, maybe even young people sitting here and watching, and what's going to happen? You're going to be cooking, it's going to spill. Don't be doing this. Don't be having your stove right in the middle of the counter where people can access your food. It's just not right. It's not safe. This background here looks like a subway train that's going past really fast. I quite like having a desk in the kitchen. I don't know why. It just appeals to me. What is this? Some super weird little thing I just noticed in there. Anyway, kitchen. Yeah, moving on. You've got a little exercise room, but this is what I mean about the customization. You have got these little strange shapes all the way through the house. Extra pipework or something in the gym here, for an example of just strange molding. Not happy. I'm not happy. Okay. Did someone take a sponge, dip it in fungus mucus and spread it on the walls? Because this looks like fungus mucus to me. I don't even know if fungus mucus exists. Does it exist? You get mucus out of fungus? Because this would look like it if you could. And what is going on with the mirror? I'm sorry, but straighten your mirrors up. I don't care. Bizarre. These are all lined up like soldiers, but no. It's just the wallpaper for me, or the paint color, or the splotches, whatever it is. And what is this? Some sort of weird bush? Trim that bush. This color here looks like inflamed tonsil. Do you think it says that on the tin of paint? I'm going to paint my little room here inflamed tonsil color. On the plus side, the wood grain is going in line with the entrance so that you're bringing the light along the grain of the wood. That's pretty good. Happy with that. I don't like these nipple lights. I call them nipple lights. They look like giant nipples hanging from the ceiling. The focal point of this room is the piano. Marks, yeah, top marks for that. The focal point not being a horrible unused fireplace or a giant ugly TV, but a piano. That's pretty classy. You've got these weird little government spying on you things here. What is that? I don't know. This is super strange up here. Okay, not too bad, and I quite like the painting. Couple of things in this room are bothering me. This, again, weird molding and structure here. This is just so frustrating. What is going on with the builders? This just makes me sad. And again, fungus wallpaper, fungus mucus wallpaper, I'm going to say. Is sleeping as a spectator sport? Because why does everyone need to watch what's going on in the bed? And why do you need 3 people watching you? Is this where your security guards? sleep or watch you. This is just plain nonsense. And most people sleep up and down the way. So how are you supposed to watch the TV, which is over there? Can they watch it? No. Can he watch it? No. Can he watch it? And what is this? What actually is that? Okay, this room is bordering on being pretty good, actually. I mean, I don't like writing on paintings as a rule, but this is not too bad. I can't pick out anything bad in this room, but what is it that people are watching that's going on in this rug? Is this like a yoga? Could this be yoga? This could be a yoga rug. Maybe it's yoga. I would do yoga there. Maybe. Okay, this is definitely something you're going to see in Muppet Mansions quite a lot. The ubiquitous den. Looks like it's been designed for a man. Gonna be a little bit sexist here and go ahead and say that this looks like the controls for Starship Enterprise and that most men watch Star Trek rather than ladies who've got better things to do. Again, you've got this weird nipple of a light fungus on the roof as well, spreading throughout the entire house. If you can't get to this sword quick enough, by the way, you've got this little one down here in case the bad guys come in and try and get you, unless they trip over all the columns. I can see what they were trying to do in this room, but no, I'm not buying it. You've got wood and you've got black. They don't match. Maybe it would be too much brown if they did. F for fail. I just can't seem to think of what the theme of this room is. I just don't get it. What would the theme of this room be? It's just a mystery. I don't get it. Okay, this room, on the face of it, looks quite grand, but what are you going to do and how are you going to clean these windows? And what is the point? What is the point of that window there? That is just so small to be ridiculous. More government spying on you, little panels here. That's not a vent. It's spying on you. I tell you, it's spying on you. This table here, this is class. I love this table. Sorry about my drawing, but this table here is brilliant. Looks like a little Chinese table in kind of black lacquer. Absolutely loving that, but this wood here does not match this wood here, so marks off for that. What did I say about paintings with words on? Why do we need to have words that we read again and again and just ignore? I'm not too sure. Here's an example of just poor planning again. You've got this Palladian weird window butting in through the molding here. Oh, and by the way, look, government is spying on you again. They're spying and watching whatever's going on. Here, they can see it. This looks like a giant beetle about to crawl away. Okay, looks like some sort of entertainment room downstairs. What can we say about this room here? Actually loving and digging these chests. 3 chests in a row to make a table. I like that. But look, this is a sea. It's a sea, I tell you. There could be sharks. There could be sharks in here. Escape. Escape onto the only refuge. It's a teeny tiny rug in a sea of wood. Yeah, we saw this one before. This is, I just need to emphasize, guys, these Muppet Mansions have windows which, you know, I could draw better windows than they have in these houses. All different sizes, all different shapes, none of them lined up. This whole face here could have looked so much better, but it is just unhappy. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to leave you with the most spectacular Muppet Mansion I've ever seen. If you find some really good Muppet Mansions, don't forget to send me them on Twitter or Instagram, or get in touch in the comments and let me know what you think of this style of video. I'll be roasting some more houses soon. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao, and the blocks be with you.